Welcome back to Desert Smoke Reviews. This is Justin.
What?
And this evening we're going to be taking a look at The Reckoning by Studio Tobac. I believe Studio Tobac is an Oliva company, and they did a lot with the nubs, and I think there's a couple of the nubs that are Studio Tobac. But tonight is The Reckoning, and it's a nice little medium brown Robusto stick, nice firm pack. Seams are almost invisible. Few minor veins, but nothing that I have any concerns with. Like I said, it is a nice firm pack. It looks very nice. I don't get a lot off the wrapper. Maybe a bit of earth and wood, but not much. And off the foot, about the same, but a little like a sweet chocolate rolls around there as well. What?
Yeah, very, very firm pack on the cigar. Actually, it's kind of strange. For my cigar, the further you get away from the cap, the firmer it becomes. But regardless, really good looking stick. Like Justin said, medium brown. Kind of a model wrapper. But yeah, off the aroma, I don't know what that is. It's got kind of a woody, earthy, typical cigar aroma to it, but it's also got something else rolling around in there. I almost kind of want to say like a mint or something, or something kind of fresh. I don't know what that is. And then on the foot, yeah, like cedar and earth.
Let's get it cut up, see how it goes.
Quite a pepper blast, but pretty close. Very dry earth and cedar flavors. I don't taste whatever that was, that fresh or mint or whatever it is. Pretty long lasting finish. Very drying, but good start.
Yeah, it's very drying. Doesn't leave that nice old sheen that I would enjoy in cigars. Definitely pick up a bit like a cedar, a dry earth as well. I'm getting like a bit of a grassy note, not harsh, but unrefined. But it might be just from the first few draws because of the light. But not a bad start. Finish is relatively long. I do get some pepper, especially now in the finish. It kind of sits on the tongue, a little bit in the throat, but not super overwhelming. It's not quite a blast, but it's pretty close. I agree with Wyatt on that. But not a bad start. Let's give him the first third. Well, welcome back. We're about 10 minutes into The Reckoning, and pretty decent start. No construction issues. Burn's not perfect, but not needing a touch up. Draws a little snug, but nothing much really to complain about. Ash is holding on, but it's not a nice, pretty white ash. It's got little dark mottled spots, but flavors are still really good. It's about I would say it's kind of tipped as a really full-bodied, super in-your-face cigar, but I'm not really getting that. To me, it's like about a medium in body, medium in strength, but pretty decent. Flavors for me still get a bit of pepper, but mostly that's coming in on the finish and it just kind of sits on your tongue, and it's just barely there at this point. I imagine it's probably going to fade away here pretty soon. The forefront, the first flavors I get is still a lot of wood and a lot of earth. Still very drying. I'm starting to get a little bit of a peak of like a natural sweetness, like a natural sweet tobacco coming in, but it's quite a pretty decent smoke. Wyatt?
Yeah, I'd agree. Not really an in-your-face, full-flavored cigar. That pepper for me is pretty much gone, like Justin said, unless you count the finish, and even then it doesn't last very long. Predominant flavors: cedar, maybe a little bit of earth. Um, not too much there so far, but I'm thinking that it's probably going to grow in terms of flavor and dimension as we get into the cigar. If it is indeed called the Reckoning, what you think? But excellent start. Pretty much razor sharp burn. I've got one little area that I might have to touch it up, but good cigar so far.
Let's get in the second third, see how it goes. Welcome back. We're about halfway of this Reckoning, and it's kind of mellowed out for me. It's dropped in body. Still about a medium, but it's dropped a little bit. And strength, still about a medium. Construction's fine. Burn has almost gotten razor sharp. It's actually improved quite a bit. Flavors, still getting some earth, bit of wood. Like I said, a natural sweet tobacco was starting to pick up, and that's really started to play a major role, especially in the finish. It's kind of got to like I want to say like a sweet coffee. Not a creamy coffee, but just a sweet black coffee. It's very nice. The pepper's gone completely, except a bit in the retrohale. But overall, it's actually a really nice stick.
Yeah, I agree. I think the one thing I would have to add to that, though, is I think the pepper is actually slowly coming back, kind of at the back of your throat. But yeah, I mean, flavors have been great. Still getting that kind of dry earth, that bit of cedar, and yeah, a nice coffee finish. I'd agree with that. Pretty much a razor sharp burn. No complaints.
Let's get in the final third. See if we welcome back for the final third of the Reckoning. Still, I would say we're on a medium in body, medium in strength, and it sometimes goes to the lower end of medium for me. Burn has been pretty good. It was almost razor sharp for a little bit, but now it's kind of got a little wonky, but not needing a touch up. Draw was a little firm throughout, but nothing to really complain about. Flavor wise, for me, never really did a lot of changes. I mean, there's a few, but mostly it's just a nice earth and cedar, as well as like a sweet. For me, it was a sweet coffee that goes into the finish. Wyatt mentioned that the pepper cake was coming back, and I agree. It didn't make a big comeback, but it was definitely there in the finish. It kind of sat on your tongue, a little bit in your throat, but never overpowering at all. But did let you know it was there. Overall, it's a pretty decent stick, not overly complex, but it does keep you interested. If I was going to rate it, I'd give it I was going to say 7.5, but I'd give it a solid 8. It's pretty decent. I'd pick it up and try it again. I think that it's not the best cigar to end your day with because it's not super complex, it's not super heavy-bodied, full-bodied, but I think it's a great afternoon stick, a golf stick, maybe even a morning stick. I think it's just an overall a really decent stick. I know it's touted as a full-bodied, in-your-face, and I never really got that with this stick, but it's very good nonetheless. Wyatt?
Yeah, I agree. There wasn't ever any real predominant flavor that came out and just hit me in the face. So I'd say this is definitely something I'd probably take to the golf course or like an after-lunch cigar. It might be a little too strong for the morning, but it's worth a shot. Yeah, not the best cigar to end your day with, but like we smoked a heavier cigar and then had this one afterwards. So it's another one of those good chaser cigars. Not too complex or anything, but great construction. Never had to make any touch-ups. Yeah, I'd agree with an 8. An 8's a good score. I guess my one fault with this cigar would be, for something called the Reckoning, you're thinking, well, it's going to be, a lot more powerful, a lot more potent. And there was some of that pepper, there was some of that spice, but it wasn't as present as I was hoping it was going to be. But nonetheless, good stick.
But in conclusion, if you like our videos, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, we'd greatly appreciate it. And until next time, smoke them if you got them.